two watches on screen are some of the most revered and loved tool watches of all time, with the Alpinist having a sleek look while maintaining a toolish quality, and the 1655 Explorer 2 setting a basis for steel bezel GMTs to follow. Namoki's case is inspired by the newest line of Alpinist GMTs, which bears a resemblance to the OG 1655 in its bezel, and maintaining sleek curves of the Alpinist case itself. It has a unique construction, with the bezel and crystal being secured to the case through 4 screws on the back, rather than being friction fit. As for the dial, I've gone with a no-date version of the 1655 dial. With a custom printing design I've chosen referencing other old models with things like precision on the dial text. In this case it signifies the movement has been regulated. Maintaining a 1655 look, I've opted to use the plain black and white handset, with the bold and iconic orange GMT hand to add a pop of colour in as well. Movement I'm using is an NH34 GMT movement that I've customised, with blue screws and an awesome world map rotor decal made by Natalie, with the tags on the screen, and I'd highly recommend you checking out her work, as she's done a lot of custom pieces for me in the past. Getting into the build and starting off with giving the dial a quick clean up. It's important to make sure it's clear of anything before starting to put the hands on, just so you can see if there's any specks underneath them before you start. As for the hands themselves, when I was thinking of this build as a concept, I did actually consider using the Snowflake in yellow GMT handset from the Black Bay Pro. I'd be interested to see whether people would think might even work better, given that the indices would match the shape of the hands well, or whether it might end up adding to an already busy look. As I've already mentioned, Namoki did release new chapter rings for this case, and I'm considering the black die ring to replace the compass one, as a timing function would be far more useful for me. There are other versions as well, as a GMT one and a dual time option being available too. So some may be wondering why I chose to have the word Atlas printed on the dial, as it isn't a brand name or anything, but more of a name for the watch itself. I'm big into history, and Laurier do this where they name models after certain mythological creatures, such as the Neptune or the Hyperion, and Laurier are my favourite brand in terms of watches. I felt Atlas worked quite well for this build. Atlas himself was the Titan who was punished to hold up the sky for an eternity, which showed an endurance through hardship, a similar endurance that a watch like this would be designed to have, similar to the reference pieces that I've used as well, like the Alpinist GMT or the 1655 Explorer 2 one as well, given that they were designed for cave divers and explorers. So after setting the hands, we're moving on to the back end of finishing this build, the casing of the watch itself. If you are interested in this case from Namoki, you can use my discount code that I'll put on the screen, and it will be in the description as well with a link to their website. I am a brand affiliate with them, but I did buy this case out of my own money, and it wasn't sent to me for free or anything like that. I personally really like it. It's something I wear pretty regularly since I've made this watch. That being said, they did send me the non-GMT bezel version of this case to test out when it first released, and it's pretty good. It's not quite the sort of vibe that I go for. I do prefer things with bezels that have markers on them or rotate or anything like that, so a smooth bezel in a tool watch doesn't particularly work for me, but I am slowly trying to work through editing that together so I can show that off as well, in case people are more interested in that version compared to this one. Finishing up with some snapshots of the final build. I think it's come out looking clean with a nice mix of that old school 1655 look with the fresh Alpinist case. Let me know what you think of it. What would you change if anything? Thanks for taking the time to watch along and hope to see you again.